Hello everyone, it's Super Mr. O'Neill here. I am back. As you may or may not know, I was away over the weekend. I went away with my family to Halifax and I bought a shit ton of comics. So this video I'm just going to be showing off what I picked up. So first let's go with the issues. First up is Jeff Lemire's 3 issues of Justice League Dark. I am an idiot for not getting into this earlier. This is a fantastic read. I just finished them. I really enjoyed it. The artwork was fantastic by Metallo. I probably butchered that name, but whatever. And I just really enjoyed these 3 issues, and I'm gonna keep up with it. It's very good. Earth 2, issue 4. Again, keeping up with the awesomeness that is Earth 2. Seriously, Jeff Johns should really take a page from this series and just make the Justice League be that. And for those of you who don't know, I really don't care for the Justice League ongoing right now. I stuck with it for the first story arc, and I just didn't really care. Then afterwards, you know, some people said, it's getting better, and then I heard some people say, it's not getting better, and so it's just like, fuck it, I don't care. But this is a fantastic series. I really enjoy this. Green Lantern in this series looks cool. Like, his costume is awesome. Flash is great. Hawkgirl is great. And there's a new character that just came in this. I don't want to spoil it, so. Animal Man number 11. I love Animal Man. Jeff Lemire is amazing. That's all I can really say. I'm excited to get issue 12 of that and issue 12 of Swamp Thing soon, so. It's going to be awesome. National Comics Eternity number 1. This was a good little story. I liked it. I liked it quite a bit. The artwork was fantastic. Cully Hammer is a very good artist. It's very nice, bright, colorful artwork that really juxtaposes the whole kind of dark storyline of it. I really enjoyed this. I'd like to read more. So if DC, if you make an ongoing of this with Jeff Lemire and Cully Hammer, I will read the shit out of it. Daredevil number 16. I nearly got issue 14 and I nearly got issue 13, but I didn't have enough money. And I was just like, fuck it. I know what happens, pretty much, you know. Artwork, fantastic. Story, fantastic. This is the only book by Marvel that I'm pulling because I really don't give a shit what Marvel is doing right now. I don't give a fuck about AVX. I don't give a fuck about any of that nonsense. Like, seriously, Avengers vs. X-Men is like the biggest crock of shit that's designed to steal your money ever. Basically, I think that Daredevil is the best book that they got going for them, and I think a lot of people agree with me. I mean, fuck, how many Eisners did they win this year? Like, shit ton, right? Daredevil is just fantastic. It should be on anyone's pull list, whether you're a giant DC fan like myself. I do like Marvel. I do like the characters and the properties that they have, but it's just a bunch of the stuff that they have going now is either supposed to cater to people who want to go see a movie of it, or it's some stupid ass fucking event that's supposed to, that's basically like 90s rific. It's like, oh my god, we have superheroes fighting each other. Isn't that so cool? No, it's not cool. It's fucking stupid. That's what it is. And Daredevil just is like, whoa, fuck that shit. We're just gonna have an awesome superhero ongoing with amazing artwork and amazing writing. And I'm so pumped for the next one because Mike Allred is doing the artwork, and that's gonna be fucking amazing. Alright. Justice League The New Frontier Special number 1. This is a series of a couple of stories. This was put out in May of 2008. The store that I went to, it's called Strange Adventures. Um, the owner is good friends with Darwin Cook. Darwin Cook is actually from my province, and they have a lot of Darwin Cook stuff there. And they had this. Now this is long out of print. I mean, like I said, this was published in '08. So this was something that was put out promotionally for when the animated movie came out. And this actually has a lot of behind the scenes stuff from the animated film. A lot of production, you know, concept art and all that stuff. This was good. It's just three short stories that are all written by Cook. The first one is written and drawn by him. The second one is drawn by Dave Bullock, and the third one is drawn by J-Bone. The first one deals with Superman and Batman fighting. If you've read New Frontier, it basically, like, it showed in the media that Batman and Superman fought, and Batman won, supposedly. But it was really more of a scheme to kind of throw off the whole, the general public, because Superman and Batman were actually working together, and they wanted to keep that secret, which is a awesome idea, because I honestly hate the idea of superheroes fighting. It's like, why do I want to see them fight? I want to see them fight bad guys and kick the shit out of them and tag team them and all that awesome shit. The second story is Dick Grayson meeting Wally Wood. I think it's Wally Wood or Wally West, or I'm not a big Flash fan. Don't hate me. Anyway, and that was illustrated by Dave Bullock, who honestly looks fucking identical to Darwin. Besides, like, you can tell a difference, but like, you just look at it and you're just like, fuck, this guy's trying to do Darwin so bad, and it's awesome artwork. But it just felt so weird. Like, I was taken back. I was like, is Darwin drawing this? And it's like, no. Okay. And the third one, which is my favorite story in it, is a Wonder Woman and Black Canary team up, which has them going to, like, one of those old-time jazz bars where women dress up like Playboy bunnies, where they have the bunny ears and they're in skimpy costumes and they serve men drinks. It's basically like a pro-feminist story of them going into this bar and like kicking the shit out of dudes and stuff. It was cute. I'm not gonna lie. I got a big smile out of it. It was really nice and really sweet. And honestly, reading that last short story made me realize, I'm like, shit, Darwin should be writing a female superhero book. Like, because he'd treat them with respect. Now, I haven't read any of the Wonder Woman stuff by Brian Azzarello, and I've heard it's very polarizing, but eventually I'll kind of get to it. Next, I caught up with the Amazing Saga. This is probably the best comic book ongoing series going on right now. I said it. This is the best ongoing in issues that is going on at this moment. For the next 2 months or something like that, there's not going to be any issues, which is weird. But the trade paperback comes out in October, I think, collecting the first 5 or 6 issues of it. This series is just fucking amazing. It's so weird, and it's so out there. Like, people have called it Star Wars meets Romeo and Juliet, and I agree, but it's just so much more than that, and it's so weird. Like, you see a lot of things in this series that shouldn't work, whether it be dialogue or art decisions, but it fucking nails it. It's right on the nuggets, you know, and it's fucking amazing. The only thing that kind of sucks about this is that the third issue here is a second printing, and I always prefer having a first printing because I'm a fucking weirdo like that. But honestly, I don't give a shit because I'm just buying these to read the story anyway, and it is an amazing story. Fiona Staples' artwork, it's unlike anything I've seen on in a book. It's really so unique, and you look at it and you're like, this really shouldn't work, but it does. It's just so fucking awesome. And of course, the writing by Brian K. Vaughan is brilliant too. Next we have Wild Children put out by Image Comics, written by Ailes Cott. I guess I mispronounced that or something. And Riley Rossmo, and it has two other people on the cover here who did the inks and the lettering and all that stuff. This is a one-shot put out by Image. It's a full story, 100-pager, I believe. This is a weird fucking story, man. Like, the basic plot is these kids go into their high school with guns and they hold it up. They set up webcams everywhere and they broadcast it over the internet. And they want to be like, we're here to teach you all the real meaning of life and shit. We're here to show you what life's really about. This was a fucking weird read, man. It's probably the most fucked up thing I've ever read. It's fucked, to put it lightly. But that's why it was so awesome. The artwork in this is amazing. It's so different looking. At some points, it kind of reminded me of one of Mobius's styles, where he's just doing like really less kind of line work. And I liked it. I can see why people hate it. I can see why people love it. Some people may look at this thing and read it and be like, this was the most pretentious piece of shit I ever read, and I can agree with them. But for some reason, I just really like this. It's just fucking weird, and it just felt like unlike anything I've ever read in my life. And it just had one moment where, like, two of the kids who are, like, holding up the teachers and shit are fucking on a roof. And the chick's like, do you want me to piss on you some more? And I'm just like, well, that's a little weird. But, I say give it a try. It's really different. It really caught my eye. It's like $7.99. It's a one-shot thing. So, yeah. Okay, now for the trade paperbacks. Batman Earth 1 by Jeff Johns and Gary Frank. I liked this quite a bit. The artwork in it was solid. I've never read anything by Gary Frank before, but this I really enjoyed. It was a good spin on the Batman mythos. It changed some things, kept some things the same, and they're gonna go in a series like this, and I'm glad. Like I'm curious what comes next. It's a good read. For anybody who's a big Batman fan, like Batman's my favorite superhero. I say check it out. It's a pretty good read. And I also got Batman: Time in the Batman by Grant Morrison. This basically collects Batman number 700, and it also collects R.I.P. The Missing Chapter and The Great Escape. I got this for free. Basically, I went into this store with a BOGO card for DC books. Basically, any DC book that you buy, $20 or more, you get another one for equal or lesser price. And I paid for this one, and I got this one. So yeah, you can't go wrong there. Of course, I gotta get my Darwin Cook fix. Parker the Score. Now, for those of you who don't know, the Parker series these are based off novels written by Donald Westlake under his pen name Richard Stark. These were old crime books from the 60s. They spawned quite a few movies. Most notably, the first two did. And the writer of the original books never allowed an honest adaptation where they call like the main character's name is Parker. Instead, he'd be called Walker or something like that, right? And it would change plot elements. Darwin Cook is a giant fan of the source material, so he went and he adapted. He's adapting these books into comics, and these are like prime examples of why adaptation of like what to do with adaptation. Like I saw interviews before where Darwin was at a con, and this guy stood up and he said, like, "Listen, I teach a film class in for university, and I show your books uh, to the class and I show them the original text, and I show them, all right, this is how you can do adaptation. Look at the liberties that he takes, but how it stays true to it." Darwin Cook is the fucking master, and he's amazing, and I'm very proud that I share a province with him. And pick out, like, go to your fucking comic store, go to your local bookstore, find every single. This is the third book. Find every single goddamn Parker book you can and read the shit out of it, because they're that good. Next, Jeff Lemire's The Underwater Welder. I'm so excited for this book. I've been excited since it was announced. This book takes place in my home province of Nova Scotia, so there's a bit of pride. It also has one of my favorite artists drawing my own province. This is going to be fucking awesome. I've heard nothing but good things about it, and I can't see why it would be a bad thing, because Jeff Lemire's amazing. I love his artwork. It's been too long since I read something by him that he drew, because I read Sweet Tooth in trade. I don't read it in issues. And this is just, I can't wait to read it. I'm very excited. And lastly, Flex Metallo, The Muscle Man of Mystery by Grant Morrison and Frank Quitely. I have been wanting to read this for so long. Ever since I watched Grant Morrison's Talking with Gods for the first time. I've read it. I've watched it since like 4 or 5 times since. And Frank Quitely is my favorite artist of all time. Darwin Cook is second. Jeff Lemire is third. And that's a very, very close, may I remind you. Ever since I seen this, I was like, what is this about? What is this about? And I've heard, what it's kind of about and all that stuff, but I still really don't know. I'm still really fresh with it. I haven't read it yet. I just finished off all the single issues that I bought, and I'm so excited to read this. The problem is I don't know which one to read first. So yeah, I'm so excited to read this. I bought this not at Strange Adventures. I bought this at another comic book store in Dartmouth. That's where I stay whenever I go over to Halifax. Dartmouth is a city. Here's Dartmouth. Here's Halifax. They're separated by a big harbor. And you got to cross a bridge to get to both. And there's a comic store not too far from where I stay. And I've never been there because I always go into Halifax to go to Strange Adventures because they got better deals and stuff like that. And so I went into this other place one day by myself. I just drove over. I took in some comics that I want to sell, but they won't buy trade paperbacks for some reason. And so I just saw this on the shelf. I'm like, all right, I gotta get it. And I bought it, and I'm glad I did. All right, that's it for the comics, but I got some other kind of comic book related things that I picked up. Yesterday, I just got back yesterday, and every time I go into Halifax and stuff like that, my parents always make a trip out to Costco. We don't have a Costco here. We wish we did. It would be amazing because they're so fucking cheap and it's awesome. And I usually pick up a book or two maybe there. Like I picked up The Girl with the Hornet's Nest because I'm a big fan of the Millennium Trilogy. And I can't wait to read that. And I picked up this. The Batman Vault. Now I've seen these types of books around for a while, but they're so fucking expensive. And I'm just like, do I really want to pay that much for a glorified picture book? Which pretty much they are, but it's an awesome glorified picture book that has stuff that you can take out. Like it has a Darwin Cook concept art thing for his Catwoman run, which is awesome. It has tons of other cool stuff. And this book, Canadian, is regular $63. It says right here. $49.95 American and £29.99 pounds. I don't know how to really pronounce that, so I'm sorry to all my viewers in the UK. I got this for $19.99. A $63 fucking book, and I got it for $19.99. That's just amazing. I couldn't refuse. And I also, you're gonna love this. As soon as I walked into Costco, I look over and I see these big ass fucking things, and I was like, "Hey Ma, look at those." She got a kick out of it, and she's like, "Do you want one of those for your room?" I'm like, "Yeah." Isn't that just fucking awesome? It's a 31-inch Dark Knight Rises Batman. I really have nowhere to fucking put this because it's so big. And it's so cheap too. Like this is all that moves. His arms move, his wrists move, his head moves, his legs move, and his feet move. And that's it. His cape is actual cloth too, which is pretty cool. But other than that, it's like the cheapest fucking toy ever. But it's fucking cool because it's Batman. It's Christian Bale Batman, so yeah. This was the biggest impulse buy ever. So yeah. So thanks for watching. Have a good one. Comment below. I've got some videos I gotta edit. I did 2 reviews before I left, and I gotta edit those, and I'll put them up, so they'll be up whenever. And plus some. Siri just went off in my pocket. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna do my poll video for tomorrow, and so yeah, so bye, bye. Yeah, that was corny.